Okay, so here we're going to do a worked example, assuming that we're a little rusty on the algebra here. And so we'll go step by step. So we're asked to find the slope of the tangent line at x equals 3 to this curve, x squared plus 4x. So again, what we're doing here, and I'm just going to draw this out. We don't need to sketch this at all, but I want to just remind us of the process. We're looking at the point x equals 3 on the curve. We want to know what the slope is right here. What is the, rise over run. And what our process is from the first video we watched in the course is that we really take a secant line, which is a line that just passes through 2 points on the curve, and we shrink the distance between the second point and x equals 3 here. And so then that becomes the tangent line where it's just touching once at this point. Okay, and so we do that using limits because we're shrinking, we're allowing a value to approach something. And so that's the motivation. We want to know how fast is it changing at this instant. We don't care about the average rate of change. But what we do is we use the average rate of change. So we are finding f prime of 3, and this is defined, that's the slope of the tangent line or the derivative at a point. And this is the limit as h goes to 0 of f of 3 plus h minus f of 3 over 3 plus h minus 3, right? The difference of the outputs over the difference of the inputs. We usually don't write this piece down here because this always just simplifies to h, but I wanted to write it here to be totally explicit. Okay, and so from here, now we need to know what's f of 3 plus h. This is where the most algebra problems happen, okay? So let's do some side work over here. F of 3 plus h, if we know that f of x is x squared plus 4x, what this means is feed this into the function. So wherever you see x, now that's becoming 3 plus h in brackets. Okay, so this becomes, instead of x squared, 3 plus h squared plus 4 times x. Instead of x, we're using 3 plus h. All right, and we'll leave it as that for now. And let's go ahead and find, so that's this piece here. And let's go ahead and find f of 3 while we're down here. So f of 3 is going to be plugging in 3 wherever you see x. Plus 4 times 3. And we can simplify this because it's not so bad. So it's 9 plus 12 is 21. Okay, so what we're going to do now is rewrite with these things replaced here. So f of 3 plus h is now going to be replaced by this guy. This is, and keep the limit notation going here because this is all important. So this becomes 3 plus h squared plus 4 times 3 plus h minus, and we said that f of 3 was 21. This is all over h. Okay, so if we want to talk about this going step by step, this is really, make a substitution, right? Or evaluating the function. And now here we're going to expand and simplify and hopefully get something nicer than what we have because we want a slope at the end of the day. So we hope that this resolves. So we'll expand out the top. Remember 3 plus h squared is just 3 plus h times 3 plus h. And so that ends up being 9 plus 6h plus h squared when you expand that out. So we get 9 plus 6h plus h squared plus 4 times 3 plus h. Remember, this just gets distributed in. That's plus 12 plus 4h. So this is all that first piece there. And then we still have the minus 21. And now we combine like terms. Because, again, we're hoping this is nicer than it looks. And it is. So there's no h squared terms left, so the h squared's on the top by itself. The 10h we will get from here, so plus 10h. And then the constant terms, 9 and plus 12, minus 21, all zero out, right? Positive 21 minus 21. So then we're just left with this over h, which is great. This is much simpler. And now I can use this factor of algebra where I have a common factor of h in the top, so I factor that off. And then these common factors cancel on the top and bottom. So I'm left with the limit as h goes to 0 of h plus 10. And for this expression, we can just see that 10 doesn't have any variable of h attached to it, so that's unaffected. And h, we're letting it go to 0, so this becomes 0 plus 10, which is just 10. And so again, we just did quite a bit of labor to get this number. What does this mean? This means the slope of the tangent line to y equals x squared plus 4x at x equals 3 is 10 over 1, aka f prime of 3, the slope of the tangent line at x equals 3 of f, is 10.